Once upon a time, in a land not far away from you or I,
In the middle of the Pacific Ocean, actually.
there existed a small island with a colony of 50 or so people who wanted nothing more than to live in peace and harmony. But alas, the island was plagued with greed and treachery, as three violent dictators assumed rule of the whole island, taking possessions and freedom. I bet they also hacked their Call of Duty games too.
What a-holes.
This would continue indefinitely, had the cries of those in peril not been heard by some of the most courageous men of the age, who would travel across the vast ocean to free the enslaved men and women. These men were the men of PlayAllTheThings. They traveled far and wide, seeking justice and goodwill. Who were these men? Let's find out. The first was the man known as Robert, with code names such as the Rock God or the Metal Rock God or some derivation of rock and God. But to his comrades he was known as the Archbishop of Bantanamo. He brought peace, truth, and honesty, saying unto the inhabitants that we must respect each other and respect ourselves. The second was the man known as James, with code names such as the Tactical Triformy 5, and some other names that may be unfit for mortal ears. But to his comrades, he was known as Bantaclaws. He brought possessions to the island, sharing all the fruits of his efforts, giving wealth to the people and joy to those who received the fine bounty. The third was the man known as Will, with his own code names such as the Dominator or that commando knifing son of a... you get the idea. But to his comrades he would be called Ed Miliband. He brought order to the people, justice, and made life easier to live whilst living on the island. He tackled chaos and gave the people a new lease of life. And last but not the least was the man known as Jack, although to others he may have been called Shion or YTCJDJ for whatever reason, but to his comrades, he was known as SpongeBob SquarePants. He brought happiness to the people with comedy, entertainment, and laughter. The people revered him even as their sides split, metaphorically speaking, from all the laughter. These four legendary warriors challenged the violent dictators after witnessing their injustice, and an epic battle ensued. The fight was long, arduous, as each side drew their weapons and began to tackle one another. But the dictators, in the end, were no match for these men, and fell like absolute sissies when they knew their reign of tyranny was over. The people cheered at the sight of these brave men freeing them, and decided to proclaim these mighty and righteous heroes as their new and fair leaders. Now, given that every great kingdom needs a name, the four men conferred and decided to name the island. Looking at each of their code names and the way they enjoy taking the piss out of one another, they found the perfect name for the island and, of course, in the process, themselves. As they had invaded the island in its treachery, mocking each other all the way, the four men became known as the Raiders of Bantanamo Bay.
So, why am I telling you all this? Well, basically, when this channel started, whether you were there for it or not, there were two videos that went up. Two videos, the introductory videos. One of them was a game on Origins that me and the Tactical Triformy 5 played in. It wasn't really a whole game. It was sort of like we were in the final stage of the Easter egg, and we were just going around killing everything before we finished the game. And so, we uploaded that. And while we were doing that, we basically explained what the channel was going to be, what we were going to upload, how we were going to run it, and all that sort of stuff, what was going on. And one of the things mentioned in that video was that while, of course, me and the Tactical Reforming 5 co-run this channel. And of course, you'll always see at least one of us in a video. There'll never be a video uploaded to this channel where you don't see at least one of us. While, with that being said, it's not going to be just us. There will be other people in certain videos. The purpose of this video is to explain, who these people are, give them a little bit of context almost. Not introduce them so much, but just so you guys will know what's going on. And when you see this particular name or this particular title on a video, it's just so you guys know what's going on. So you might think, actually, yeah, I will click on that video. It doesn't just look like a stupid title that someone's put on. But these two people that will be in the videos at some point, whether they're together or whether, for example, I do a video with one of them and then the Reforming 5 does it with another one. All that sort of stuff. These people, one of them is Will, is a very good friend of mine and James's. Basically, he has featured on my old channel before, which obviously I don't upload to anymore, but he has featured there, and so he's not completely unknown to YouTube, but that's besides the point. The other one is another good friend of mine and James's, obviously, because we wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't a good friend, right? is Jack. And Jack, I don't think is on YouTube. He might be. I'm not sure. I do apologize, Jack, in advance if you are on YouTube and I don't know. But I have no idea, so I'm not going to say he is and he won't be. So I'll let him correct it in the comments if he needs to. So yeah, these two people. What we're going to do is they're probably going to feature in some videos. Me and the Tactical Reforming 5 and these two form like some kind of team, and we're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. As like a four-player endeavor, as it were. So we're going to do, we've got currently lined up a Borderlands Let's Play. Probably going to end up doing some prop hunt in the future. We've got Cards Against Humanity. Probably even some Call of Duty, What could be better than having a team without random teammates? I mean, come on now. Because there's one thing that lacks is the communication, and most of the time skill level. I'm not going to say all the time because you do get good teammates, but having these two guys here is going to really, really help in Call of Duty, make for some pretty damn good videos, even in zombies, all this sort of stuff. That's kind of the point. And the whole title thing is basically our team name, because we wanted to do something kind of interesting that hadn't been done before, have like a kind of off the radar, unique name. And so we thought, well, we do for some reason like the word banter. I have no idea why. It's just, it's a pretty fun word, and what it actually entails is pretty fun as well. Something we will be doing. Like we dish it out, we friggin' take the piss out of each other as much as we can because it's just funny, and you learn when you participate in that environment for long enough. You learn to just dish it out, take it, and all that sort of stuff. Basically have a laugh. Have some banter with your teammates, and so that's why we decided that we'd just do loads of banter puns in our team name because it just sounded funny. So that's why we've got all of these code names. They're not probably not going to use them too much, but we've got all these code names, and they've got this grand team name. And whenever you see the Raiders of Bantanamo Bay in a title, most likely, in fact, it's guaranteed there will be all four of us in there. That's basically what it is. That's what Raiders of Bantanamo Bay is. It's a team name, and it's the title for a video of a Let's Play or something, or a multiplayer game, anything to do with gaming where all four of us are playing. That's kind of the point. That's what it is. So expect to see a lot of that kind of content in the future as well. Obviously, there's going to be solo things from me and the Reforming 5, co-op things from me and the Reforming 5, but ultimately, we have that option available to us now. We're going to use it. Why the hell not? It's fun, it's entertaining, and it's a joy to record with all four people. I mean, it's a nightmare to edit, but it's all part of the fun. When you actually see the final product, it's brilliant. So that's basically that. That's what Raiders Bantanamo Bay is. That's who's going to be featured in there. You'll be seeing them in some later videos, and yeah, that's all on that, really. I suppose a bit on the gameplay right now, because obviously it's been in the background. There's not really been a lot of context to it, but it's basically just, it's on Black Ops 1, if you couldn't already tell. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it's on Black Ops 1, playing some domination with the Tactical Reforming 5. And for some reason, I just decided I wanted to run around like an Olympia crazy man, and I even took off Flak Jacket, which I rarely do in this game. I mean, Flak Jacket is just so good, and it's just so perfect for the type of, for the play style I like to run. And so I took it off because I wanted to just run around marathon lightweight, be crazy with this pretty, in retrospect, obviously not very good gun. I mean, not as consistent as some others, like the FAMAS, for example. But it was a lot of fun to do. Ran around, got loads of kills. I mean, I did die a lot. Normally I wouldn't upload a gameplay like this, but just given like what I was using, and given that it's like a pretty close range map, I'm trying to play an active role, play the objective, and I think also this final streak, which just goes on forever. I mean, I literally run out of ammo with the Olympia, which never happens. I don't understand, but it just went on for so long, and I think that's really what topped the gameplay off for me, was that it was less than 20 deaths, playing an active role, got a lot of kills, a pretty decent KD. It was at least 2.5, at least not quite 3, no, not quite 3, but at least 2.5, which is pretty good with this thing. Getting loads of caps, loads of defense, so that was basically it, you know, just going crazy with Olympia. So that is the gameplay, that's the final score, pretty awesome final score, if I do say so myself, and that's the Raiders of Bantanamo Bay explained. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys another time. Take care.
My chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart, and watch it burn. Tear me apart, and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.